There he is.
It's like, I wonder where you were.
Do you have school today?
No,
No.
not on Fridays.
Look what we got behind you.
Yeah, wheels.
Let's take a gander here and see what they look like. Ooh, buddy.
Can't send it back now.
No, you bought them.
Boom.
American Racing. 17-inch wheel. 17 by 7. Should work. Should we show them the tires?
Sure.
Oh, dang, furnace is running today. It got cold again. Was 70 degrees last weekend. Now it's like what?
45.
45.
Windier than hell.
So these are, what size are these? Is there a sticker on them?
I think it's 225 by 45.
225 45 ZR17. Some Uniroyal Power Paws.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
We're on a budget, okay? There's probably some better options out there, but they'll work. They're kind of racy looking.
Yeah. You're not gonna see the name on there anyways.
No.
They're not lettered, so it don't matter.
Let's get these installed on the car and see what it looks like. Casey's been at it this week. I'll kind of show you what he's been up to. We got our wrap on the wiring there. Intake bolted back on. Again, all the loom installed, so that's good. Throttle cable is hooked up. We got our AC compressor somewhat mounted there. We need some hardware there, but yeah, we got a belt on it. We have coolant in it, and it's not leaking yet, so that's a plus. Here's our box where the computer is. But yeah, he is working on the instrument cluster. We ended up putting a couple connectors on there so we can easily get that in and out if we need to. He also got himself a tack here.
Real nice.
Ooh, with a shift light and everything.
Oh yeah.
What else are you working on now?
Trying to get this mess of wires not so much of a mess.
Ooh, yeah.
Because somebody,
What?
aka the guy behind the camera,
What? Yeah, I was into that. Hard. I was in deep.
yeah, made a mess.
We still need to finalize some wiring, like that headlamp switch. We can pull the unused wires out of that connector, just kind of streamline that stuff. Show them the two connectors there we got for the cluster. A couple of O2 sensor harnesses. So yeah, we're going to use those. Make life a little bit easier.
Here's all the extra wire. Well, extra wire that we're not going to use. This is
Yeah.
the extra wire we are going to use later. Radio and HVAC.
Yep, we got to put the AC unit in here, so that needs power. But that'll be down the road, so we're just going to tie those up out of the way. That other bundle of wires there, That's for like power door locks, power windows.
Yeah.
If this vehicle had it, obviously it doesn't. So we're gonna get rid of that stuff. We can't have any wires that are unused with open ends on it. Let's put it that way. That's a disaster for shorts and blown fuses and all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if you notice his steering column, that is in kind of not centered. He's got it off to one side, so it's not indexed correctly.
This bracket though, there's like a little notch in it where, because all the wiring harness, like where it comes through, there's like a little rubber gasket on it, and so there's a notch in there for the little rubber gasket. So I just lined it up to that. Well, it's not lined up right, so.
Yeah, his tilt moves up and to the left.
Yep.
So yeah, that's.
You could be driving. The passenger could be driving.
Oh,
maybe.
That's pretty sweet. But that'll be coming out pretty soon. That's just in there for mock-up and getting wiring done and everything. So, yeah.
Don't even have the horn fitted yet. Because for some reason, if you buy a $300 wheel, it doesn't come with the ring that allows you to put the horn button in. It comes with the horn button, just not the ring to install it.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of.
Oh well. I think they do that because they want you to buy their like mounting bracket or their column.
Oh, it comes with.
It comes with that and not the wheel.
Oh.
But I'm not going to spend another $150 on an adapter hub.
That's what happens when you go cheap. Spend that money. It's burning a hole in your pocket anyway.
Well, that's a good problem to have.
Yeah. So, when you get done there, we're gonna put these wheels on, check them out, see what we need to build for stops, because these tire and wheel combination will actually hit in here. So we'll have to build the stop somehow. I reached out to CPP, where we got these control arms and suspension from. They do not offer a kit, a steering stop kit for this setup. So, as per usual, we're having to build stuff our own. So, here we go. Eventually, I think maybe next week, this car is going to be sent off to have some exhaust done. All right, let's huck them babies up there. They're heavy, aren't they?
Just a little bit.
Oh, don't scratch them.
Ooh, I feel.
Got nuts?
Over there somewhere.
There they are. What do you think?
I like them.
I like them too. I didn't think they would look this good in person. The catalog, they kind of didn't really stand out to me, but yeah, I like the fact that this big black center kind of covers your brake drum back here.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of cool. Shows just enough of this front brake up here. You still see the rotor through there, a little bit of the caliper. Next thing we got to do is make steering stops, because these tires will hit the inside. Let's show you that over on this side. It's easier with the fender off. All right, so this spot right back here is where it's going to hit. Does it hit in the front at all, or not really?
I don't think so.
Not really in the front?
You can see.
Let's turn it, yeah. See how bad it is. Oh, right there. Turn it back just a hair. Oh. Right there.
That's pretty much full lock, almost.
It is pretty much full lock, but the thing is if we don't put a stop in there and that hits right back there, that's gonna be bad news. Let's check the other side. See how far. Yeah, no problem. It's not even close to the control arm up here, so. Yeah, 17 by 7 inch rims. Again, these are American racing wheels. 500, what were they?
500 mono.
500 mono.
Something like that.
Yeah. And a 225, or excuse me, 225, 45 ZR17. We also don't have our brake lines installed yet because we kind of got to know clearance wise where we can put this brake hose and not have it interfere with tire clearances back here. So what I'm thinking here is, Casey, take a look in here. You see this flat spot on this knuckle right here?
Yeah.
Right here is where I want to put the steering stop. And we just got to figure out what's the best option. But as far as turning there, I'm going to say that sucker's turned pretty good. Mm-hmm. I don't think we'll have any problems. I think we're good there. We're not going to compress this to even, you know, have an issue there. As the control arm comes up, it'll come out and clear obviously the bump stop there. And I don't think it's gonna even come close to compressing it near that bump stop, so.
No, those are pretty tough springs.
Yeah. Even with that little engine in there. The little engine that could.
And it's still putting out some decent power. Or we hope at least.
Yeah. No, I like the wheels. Wasn't sure when you ordered them, but I do like them. So maybe I'll work on the steering stops, and you can figure out what are you doing? Wiring? Oh, you put your tack in there.
Still gotta finish up some wiring, put the tack in.
Yeah, and then we keep on saying this, but we gotta wrap this wiring up pretty soon.
Yeah.
We gotta stop buying stuff for it. Tack is the last thing, I think. The AC stuff, we got wires run for that, but that'll be later on when we get the AC unit actually put in there.
Same thing with the radio. We got a couple of radio wires that.
I don't know why you just wouldn't put a radio in it to begin with, but.
Well, we're on a.
He'll splurge on a $280 steering wheel, but won't buy a $50 radio. Actually, maybe a $100 radio. You don't want to buy the cheapest one,
We're
but
strapped for time. We need a steering wheel anyways to drive. A radio, you don't need that.
it's literally like 6 wires.
Okay.
You would have to buy a couple speakers though.
Yeah. That's what we can do later on.
Okay. All right, so no radio for now. He's just gonna get his little Bluetooth speaker and set on the dash, I guess.
It honestly probably sound better than putting a radio in it.
It's that time of day.
It is. For exhaust.
Time for exhaust. We gotta load this car up on the trailer and take it to an exhaust shop across town. Casey's excited.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We need to tame this thing down a little bit. Let's get it loaded on the trailer.
Alright people, so here we are. Don't know if you can tell, but there she is in front of us. We're getting on the highway with this thing. And this is scary because one, I did those straps, and two, the door already flew open once. So we got a bungee cord holding it closed. So it'll probably fall off the trailer and I might die. But there's a little update on the way.
Mistakes were made.
Expensive mistakes. This is a $50 sheet of metal that we try to make into a bracket.
Apparently we are not good at making AC brackets.
Well, it worked one time when we put it on. It hasn't really worked too well since. But
No, it keeps on jumping the belt off, and you know, we can only screw around with this for so long. I think we're both frustrated with it. I thought we were kind of shit up a creek trying to find an aftermarket bracket for this, but you found one. Where was that bracket from?
Wild Horses Inc.
Where's the box at?
Right here. There we go.
So they kind of specialize in putting Explorer engines in old Broncos, right?
Yeah. And actually, the bracket that we have is for a 98 Explorer. So, like, same exact engine. And yeah, they put these in old Broncos, apparently.
So yeah, we tried making our bracket using the compressor that comes with a 98. You know, it's an FS10 compressor. Kind of built it, you know, with this idler on there. The new bracket right here actually has a provision for a power steering pump that would sit down there farther, and then it also has that little nipple or mount for the idler, and then there's another bracket that fits up here that actually mounts the AC compressor. So that should go in there like that somehow. And I hope this works, because I'm getting sick and tired of screwing around with it. Done with it. I don't have time to worry about this. We have to do some painting.
Yeah.
So as you can tell, we got the car back from the exhaust shop. Everything was good there. It sounds really good. We had some idling issues. Turns out somebody put the idle air control motor on backwards, so it was idling really high. But yeah, once we get that figured out, we had a coolant leak, just a hose clamp that somebody forgot to tighten. I don't know who that would be.
Maybe the same person that put that one thing on backwards. Just saying.
Maybe that guy. So I really hope this fits.
And look at this nice bracket too. I mean, she's kind of pretty, but she ain't functional, so.
No. Like I said, mistakes were made. That was, yeah, version number 3 or 4. All versions sucked.
Yeah.
So I hope we just bolt this on and all the alignment issues are gone.
Well, first I should make sure it actually lines up. Which might have to do some messing around with our wire harness here. It looks like it'll line up though.
Yeah, we might have to cut our power steering bracket off there, because we don't have power steering on this, so we might just have to whack that off. Can you bolt it on there for now, even with that?
We'll try.
Okay. Yeah, just try it. If it doesn't work, we'll
We can also just try to run the harness through here, although some sensors and connectors might have a hard time fitting, but. Whoa!
Oh my gosh.
Don't do that.
Do you know how close that was to that window?
It's shatterproof. That's fine.
Are you trying to make more work for ourselves?
You know what? Hey, I can't find a replacement for it. Other things, no. But the vent window, maybe
We cannot find a back window seal. And I've tried everywhere. We've ordered one. Turns out, what did we order one for? It was a hardtop and sedan are different.
Well, I don't think so. I don't know.
There was something different.
Two-door sedan, or not sedan, two-door hardtop.
So two-door hardtop is different than a four-door sedan?
I don't know. I think the listing is just wrong. I don't know.
I think that's right. I've been on Facebook with a lot of Fairlane clubs and stuff like that, and they said, yeah, they are. There's like 2 or 3 different versions or something of this window seal.
Which is stupid.
It is. It is. But yeah, we'd really love to pull this window out before we paint, but I don't think, man, that's gonna suck if we can't find that seal. Everything is on back order from what we found. So yeah, the saga continues on that, I guess. That'd be awesome if that harness would work right there.
This is gonna sit lower too.
Much lower. Probably have to switch our belt out. Maybe not. Maybe it'll work. That's the least of our issues right now, Casey.
Yeah.
We got a pile of them, let me tell you. It actually fits in there with that power steering bracket on there, but
We don't have power steering. That's for wussies.
I guess we could always claim that's a, you know, just a spot to hold the harness, I guess. You know, it was meant to be there.
It's a zip tie point.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
I mean, we could take that bolt out and actually put a zip tie through there, holding it real nice.
All right, let's see what's in that other box. It's made in China. It's got to be good.
It's real shiny.
Don't stare at it. You might go blind.
Yeah. It's whiter than a bag of Colombian cocaine. Well, shinier, yes.
Let's just see if that'll sit down in there.
Oh, we're gonna take.
Watch, this son of a bitch won't fit. Oh my god.
The only thing I would be concerned with is maybe hitting the valve cover, but on the picture on the website, it looked like the same exact valve covers. So,
It actually did. It looked exactly what we are looking for. So,
which, if it is the same valve covers, that means that they had to do what we did and probably grind them down.
probably.
So, maybe a bunch of smart fellers on that website.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, that's fine. I think I might have lost the washer. Just a little mishap.
Oh boy, the moment of truth.
That's it.
Dude, I think the belt is gonna line up freaking awesome. That's a way better position than ours. Ours is sitting way the fuck up here.
Yeah. Who made that bracket?
You really want to go there? I'm this close from letting him finish this car by himself. This close. Dude, that looks awesome.
And we don't have to move our harness.
Sits right over the back of the valve cover. Nice. These are all loose, but heck yeah.
That's not the right side.
That is awesome. And then, like I said, our idler pulley goes there. The belt routing doesn't allow us to go this way because we got this hose in the way, so it we have to use the factory belt routing, which is kind of a pain in the butt, but it's gonna work. It was just dumb luck that we found this. Make sure that bolt does not hit that valve cover coming through.
She's good.
Miles away.
I wouldn't say miles, but enough.
That's a much better design than our design.
Yeah. Who would have thought?
God. If we're gonna need a spacer or not. Looks like it might be alright.
The back of it lines up with this one.
You got the shim under, yeah, the factory little washer that was on there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's throw this belt on there.
Or
Back to plan, whatever plan this is.
this is confusing. I wonder if maybe it would come down here across, over the top, down and straight.
I don't know why they would even have it on there then to do that. Usually you want as much surface around a pulley
Right.
as you can get. So this is how we're thinking it should go. And that ain't gonna work.
I just think we look at some pictures.
Let's look at some pictures. Let's look at lots of pictures. Do you know how many pictures we've looked at over this frickin' bracket?
Too many.
This is the closest we've come to mounting a compressor on here, though, that I think is gonna be close. It's just, we gotta figure out just a little fine details here. More pictures.
Yep.
Seems like that's all I do is stare at a computer for hours on end every day with this car. Trying to find window seals, parts that are on back order. Nobody can get them. And a lot of misinformation on part numbers and a lot of leads that end up to be nothing. We have parts in stock. Give me your credit card, we'll send them out. Next day we get an order confirmation saying your part was ordered, but it's on back order now. Return to the website in 4 to 6 weeks and try and reorder. My God. We're gonna have to get that dirty. That's the shiniest thing there. Kind of doesn't go with the rest of it.
You should paint it.
I'm good at painting stuff. Yeah, we'll rattle can that thing.
I mean, why not? Everything else is.
Idiot. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's figure this out again, I guess. I thought this was going to be our end of the day. We're going to accomplish something today and be like, yeah.
It's a car. Nothing goes right with cars.
Old cars.
Anything.
We're still trying to get this thing on the road for back to the 50s. And everything is fighting us that could fight us.
Yep.
I'm sure that you guys know, whoever is out there rebuilding cars, restoring cars, working on their old stuff, know exactly what I'm talking about. And it's the little nitpicky stuff after we get this painted that's probably going to take the longest.
Yep. But at least hopefully, once it's done being painted, that just means everything goes on.
Yep. Okay.
But then I'm sure that we probably also lost hardware somewhere for stuff that needs to go on.
Remember when I told you to take pictures of everything?
I haven't. I've got a good memory though.
This is going to be interesting.
I have a good idea of what's going on.
Yep. Yeah, we're going to test that.
Yep.
Hope you're good at taking tests.
Actually, not too bad. Last semester, I got all A's and B's.
Nice. Okay, so after further review, what are we missing?
Power steering pump.
Power steering pump. We're not using the power steering pump, but show them that diagram. I don't know if you can see that, but the belt comes around the power steering pump and then back up over the water pump. So, do we try adding another idler down here?
That's what I'm thinking.
We could get a 6-groove idler and make something over here, so the belt would come down, and then, you know, it would go more like
Something like that, probably.
like that. I would feel good about that. Yeah, we can get a spacer in there. Use one of these bolt holes that already are there. I think we figured it out. I think that's what we're gonna do. Is it gonna look the best?
Won't look terrible. It's better than what we had last
It
time.
will look better than this. Oh, look at that.
Well, that's really messed up now.
Who welded that?
Oh, I wonder. Not me. I don't weld, and when I do, it don't even work. So
Oh, should we show them your welds?
don't. It's
Let's see the welds here. Okay. You know what? That doesn't look too bad.
that was the grinder's help.
Yeah, we did have to cut this and pull it down so we could do some body work up on top there. You saw one of the first videos, there was a tree that sat right there, busted the windshield, dented all this stuff up, so we got her pretty close. We just gotta, you know, even her out with a little body filler there. Should look all right. I think we solved the issue. Grab a light here. So we got our groove pulley in there. So we just made a spacer behind there and ran a bolt through there. So now we got our proper routing. Belt fits on there. Moment of truth. Let's see if the belt stays on there.
This is the first time they're gonna hear it with an exhaust too. Oh, she's getting ready.
So far, so good. See if you guys can hear the exhaust. Kinda got a little pop to it, don't it?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I like that little popcorn fart kinda. This is like the first time it's been run for a long time. This is probably the longest it's run. for a while.
And it's running right.
And it's running right. Good, that looks good. I'm happy with that. Got a, what is this, 92-inch belt on there. She sounds good. Casey's going to do a little bit more work on the top there. A little bit more Bondo, huh?
Yeah, maybe.
You got some sanding to do up there. Gotta get it shaved down a little. We'll keep at it.
Hello, people. So today, I'm going to show you how to take a door apart. Now, yesterday, I took, that door apart. As you can see, it's got no glass, front or rear, because mainly our vent windows, those seals on those were absolutely garbage. And if I open this one up, you can probably tell it's, oh yeah, you know, that's what rubber from the 60s will do. Don't do anything promiscuous with that. Won't do you any good. Anywho, so like I said, yesterday I was taking that door apart. Took us hours to try to figure it out. Looked everywhere online. Nobody knew how to do it. There was one guy on some forum, and he made a little bit of sense. Just a little. Not a whole lot, but just a little. So anyways, we're going to show you how to do that. Also, to mention real quick, if you have an older car, the vehicle warranty number, that's your VIN when you try to register it. Even though under it, I don't know if you can see there, it says not for title or registration purposes. Well, that's a lie. Yeah, that's your VIN. But also, you know, you can see your, well, here, you can just blur that out. There's your body style. So this one's a 54A, color M, trim 12, date 18 of February, I believe. I don't know what DSO means. Anywho, but you can also find that out if you just type in your VIN into a VIN finder. Also, last time this thing had an oil change or ran was 91. Alright, so first thing we're gonna do is remove the bump stop in here, which, there it is. Would you look at that? And it actually kind of just slides out the bottom. I can't do it with you guys in the way, but so we're gonna do that first, and then you got to roll this window down, all the way down. That's why we're removing the bump stop. We're gonna move it all the way down, and then there's these window sweeps. We're gonna have to remove those next. Now, you really can't get the window out without removing these, and I don't know really of a way, or if there is a way where you can do that without ruining them. Now, we got replacements, so I'm not too worried about ruining it. Alright, so as you see, these are out. They're not very hard to remove. Now, even with the window all the way in there, it still kind of bumps up against it just a little bit. So just be careful of that. Now, some people might be hesitant to take these out because, oh well, you know, it's a vintage car. What if I can't find it? Window sweeps are pretty easy to find. The ones that I got weren't even for this car, I don't believe. But they're the same length and they're basically exact. Like they're gonna work. If you do a little bit of research, you're gonna be able to find these somewhere. I think I got mine on Speedway, but you know, they need to be replaced regardless. I mean, look at that. There is nothing left. This was the outside one, and this is gonna be the common case for the outside ones. Is it's gonna see all the weather. It's gonna see just a bunch of roughness, and it's gonna be all gone. So throw that away. This was the inside one. It's a little bit better. There's still actually material there that will protect your window. But again, this is not this is bad. So, also, it's kind of ingenious how these go in there. It's literally just like a little clip. So, all you really have to do is just pry it up and then just kind of slide it out. I prefer the snap, crackle, and pop version where you really just wrench on it and get it out of there. But anywho, those are both bad. Now, next part is going to be getting this loose. There's a couple of screws. I don't know if you can see them. There's some down here, some down there. You gotta take those screws out. That way this vent window can kind of articulate. And actually, a little bit of a fun fact, this seal doesn't actually adhere to the door at all. It adheres to the frame that is screwed into the door, but it's not actually on the door itself. So that's kind of neat. Anywho though, so we're gonna take those screws out, and then what we have to do after that is try to get this little run out. Now, you see where there's a lip here? This is actually two separate pieces. So this, it actually kind of clamps down in the front. I don't know if you can see that, but it's wiggling just a little bit. So you kind of have to pry that out and yank it this way. And then that way you can get this runner out. This runner out has to come out before the window. That's how you have to remove the window. It's really stupid because you have to have the window in there and try to just articulate a bunch of things, and it's not very fun. But yeah, so there's just like 4 screws on the outside of this. There's 1 screw on the inside of this vent window we got to remove, and then after that, I think I'm just gonna take the window crank out. That way we don't have anything inhibiting the window, and I can just move it freely. It frees up some space in there. And then once we're done with that, we have to remove this screw, which you have to reach it from the back. Remove that screw. That way it allows this runner to move freely, and then we can try to pull it out of here. So that's going to be our next step. I kind of have to switch things around. So there's a screw there, screw here, 2 screws here, don't worry about those, and a screw here. These 2 are actually for the articulating part of the window, right there. So if you want to take this arm out, I guess you could remove those 2 screws, but you really can't do it without taking the whole frame out. So I just wouldn't worry about those. But these 3 screws, yep, we're gonna have to take those out. Alright, so now we pretty much have everything removed. As you saw me, I had to take a bolt out of here. That's to free up this runner. And then I also undid this bolt. That's just to let the bracket move, so then I can move the runner more freely instead of bumping up against that bracket and not having a whole lot of wiggle room. So did that. Like I said, removed the window regulator, got that out of the way. Just makes it a whole lot easier moving the window up and down. And then next thing I would do, which I'm going to do because I would do it, is come in here, and it's kind of, you might be able to see it, but the runner's right here, and what I'm going to do is just grab it, yank on it, and try to get it freed up from up here, because like I said, they're 2 separate pieces. So if you can get it moving, then that means that hopefully they're going to come apart easier. So put our hands in here, kind of grab it on both sides, and just, there she goes. And as you can see, the window's moving too. That's because the felt in the window runner is moving up. So we should be good to take it out. Now taking it out is the hardest part. Oh God. Because we don't want to damage it. Very gently, I'm going to take just a small screwdriver and try to get in between the little lip here. So this is what it looks like when it comes out, just a little bit. And you kind of have to keep working her like that. Oh, there she comes. Yep. Glass out yet? Okay, so I can get this out. That's out. Then this, which is still stuck in here. Oh God. Can just stick a little screwdriver back where those screws were. Kind of pry it out. There we go. There we are. So those are out.
What did it take us yesterday? Like 3 hours to figure that out?
Yeah, for one. This was, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah. We couldn't figure out anything on Google, trying to YouTube it. Could not figure out how to get these windows out.
Yeah.
So hopefully we did it the right way, and somebody will
I
watch the video and say, hey, that's how you do it.
Yeah, it is a struggle. It sucks, but we got it done. Is it the right way? I don't know. All right, guys. So all the doors are done. So hopefully you guys found taking the window information out, useful, because I know I probably would have. I probably should have recorded myself taking apart this rear one, but it's pretty similar to the fronts. We do have door seals coming for these. They are on back order. You can find kind of cheapy universal weather stripping on Amazon, and honestly those would probably do the trick and be just fine as a temporary fix. Those seals would be better than the seals that were on here. I mean, they were so corroded and just bad. I mean, it's like you can see all the cracking on those. It's awful. For the vent windows, I mean, I should have recorded myself taking them apart, but I mean, this is that's part of it. It doesn't even feel like rubber anymore. It just feels like brittle plastic. It's bad. So, but yeah, all the doors are taken apart. Tomorrow I'm gonna get to work on, getting them prepped for paint, and that's gonna be a lot.
Why are you confused?
Things keep missing. They just disappeared.
It was in your hand earlier.
It was. And that's why I'm confused. It's not where I put it.
Where did you put it?
Somewhere here. And there's no longer. Oh.
It's another Saturday. Time to make some progress on this car. Casey's got to finish up a little filler on the roof here. We got to prep the dash. That's getting painted. So he's going to do that today before he has to go to work. I am going to paint the inner fenders, front inner fenders, black. I think we got a spare Wheel we gotta paint black. And then that's it for black. And hopefully next week we start getting some color on here. Because Back to the 50s is coming up real quick.
Yeah, it's only like 4 weeks.
Casey's been at this for a while. He's
2 straight days.
2 straight days. He's using his guide coat, making sure that it's nice and straight. What do you think?
I think that's pretty much it.
Hopefully, next time you guys see the next video, this car will have some color on it. I hope. Until then, that's it for this video.
Yep.
We'll see you guys in the next one.